Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Feed, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rock, born and raised in the H-Town. Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go in the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got on staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, Nikeisha. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down, back to back in the row. He really the one.
But they already know.
So none of my chains go put on the show.
Giving out gems, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. Need to back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toes down on the page. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Let's go. Gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone if we still consider the Astros cheaters?
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be tennis. Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be tennis. Where the fucking tennis and the bitches?
You sliding around, you sliding around playing Eminem in your car, you and your old lady?
For the plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
Oh yeah, we back at it, man. We back.
Yeah.
Got to get it right with the Jay Prince, man. Remember, everybody was trying to cancel Jay Prince, and we had to think about whether we were gonna keep using his drops. That seems to have died out pretty quick, man.
Yeah, it did. People forgot about it.
People move on so quick. That's why I never like anytime anybody gets caught up in some major drama. I'm like, let's just wait 3 months, okay? Because more likely than not,
I don't even think you got to wait 3 months now, man. People will move on in a couple weeks.
True. Maybe 3 days if something big happens, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody seems to have forgotten all that shit. But anyway, we are back at it, man. Another exciting edition of the Gems and Juice podcast. Look, I'll be real with y'all, man. We gonna freestyle this episode, dog. We freestyling.
You got no rundown.
No rundown. No. This Freestyle Friday, man. It's Freestyle Friday on 106 in Park. We got a Asian rapper and a fucking African rapper coming up and doing freestyles where they can't cuss.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is one of those days. You ever get in the car and just drive and didn't know where the fuck you were going? You just had to get your head straight. You just got in the whip and just fucking drove.
Yeah.
This is gonna be that podcast, man. We just get in the whip and we drive, and we have no set destination. We don't know where the fuck we going. We just hitting the highway, bumping the screw tape, man.
Yeah, word for real. It's funny because we do stuff like that all the time where we don't be like stressed or nothing, but we'll get in the car and just be like, let's just ride around. And we always come across like some cool areas we never been to in Houston. And we've been doing this for 7 years since we've been in Houston, which is wild.
Yeah, man, you got to explore a little bit, especially in a big city like this, man. You're always going to find something new, something you haven't seen before, even if you lived your whole life like I have, man. I'd be driving. I'd be like, I didn't know this place was here. I didn't know this shit was here. So you got to go adventuring sometimes, man. It's I know we're more of an isolated culture now, and everybody just kind of stays indoors and does their own thing, but got to get outside sometimes, man. Well, maybe not outside right now. It's fucking hot.
Man, that's how you see I'm looking like old boy Pat McAfee. I got the
you gotta throw a football around to your
I got the cast member. Yeah, I gotta stand up randomly. Shoot, the tank top probably need to be a little more loose, but
yeah, and put a gold chain on, man. Yes, we are back at it in another exciting edition of the Gin Juice podcast. Of course, I'm Ryan Rocket with the man, the superstar I'm with now, man.
Superstar.
TMZ's very own. Figgy Fig made an appearance on TMZ,
Hey.
man.
Man, people think I got money now, man. I had to tell like, man. Hey, I'm just like what Andre 3000 said in Elevators.
Yep.
We making the crowd move, but we ain't making no cheese, and that's a
Yep.
no.
I told yeah, I got more fans than the average man, but not enough dough to last me to the end of the week. I live by the beat like you live check to check. If it don't move your feet, then we don't eat. So we like neck and neck. Yeah, we done came a long way like them slim ass cigarettes from Virginia. It ain't gonna stop, so we just gonna continue.
That was a real ass song, man.
It was, man.
Yeah.
And think of they played that shit on the radio, man.
Yeah.
Like they would never play a song like that on the radio in this day and age.
Yeah, you know what's funny, man? Like I had that cassette tape, the single. Remember they used to sell single cassette tapes? I had that single cassette tape, and it had the radio version, the dirty version, and then they had the instrumental on there.
Yep.
So we would be riding around, and mind you, when you in a car, you got the tape deck. Some tape decks can't rewind, so you just got to roll with it and then flip it over and all that stuff. So it was times we would just roll around to the instrumental. So that was a funny time. That was a fun time, but when you think about it now, it's funny as hell.
Dog, now that I think about that, because we used to have singles, and even when we didn't, we used to play the same song over and over again.
Yes,
you put one album at a time in your car.
Yeah.
So think about it, man. I think that's why rap was a lot more memorable, or music period was a lot more memorable back then.
Yeah.
You didn't have a whole playlist of every album ever on your phone just to click through.
Yeah,
Like,
and they would release a single, and they would let that single cook.
Yep.
It's not like, because look, man, we'll talk about little music today because I listen to a few things, but it's not like a song drop here and then hey, it's a cool song and that's it, and you forget about it in a couple days. So I couldn't even tell you what we talked about last week, man. I guarantee you I did not go back to it. So that wasn't the case, man. I remember actually going to the album stores. And I remember my mom buying the song because she is. I don't know if your parents is like this, but my parents wasn't really the rap music type of parents. But it was certain rap songs that they like that stuck with them, and they played it over and over and over. So the one song, the one I guess cassette tape they got the single was the Puff Daddy and Mace "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down."
Oh wow.
I remember my mom going in the album store getting that. She wanted that song. It wasn't like, I don't even know if an album was out then, but she wanted that song. So she got the single tape with just that song and the instrumental on there. So I remember her putting that cassette tape in, bumping it around the city. And that was the only song she was playing, because it wasn't like you play that song and it's just like, all right, let's cut the radio on.
Yeah.
No, you play it back, you run it back a couple times.
No, that's true. And honestly, like, parents that actually like rap are kind of a relatively new thing, man. Because if you're like our age, 30 plus, your parents didn't grow up on rap, so they don't like rap.
And my dad still to this day don't care for it. He got a couple songs.
Everybody got a few songs they fuck with.
Yeah. My dad always said, first of all, my dad hate the 80s. Because he said the 80s, that's when that crack started coming in and drugs and then all that stuff. And then he like that rap. I ain't care for that rap stuff. I was just like, dang. So he liked a few songs, but he did not care for the rap stuff. And then most of the time it was because they sampled some of the stuff wrong.
Yeah.
But then he liked some of the stuff they did sample, because I think he liked the what song was, I forgot what song. I think it was a couple. Who was it? Was that Eric Sherman that sampled the Marvin Gaye? Remember?
Yeah, that was Eric Sherman.
Yeah, he liked that. So I think he liked that song.
Just like music.
Yeah,
that shit.
I think he was cool with that song. And then he liked a couple Nelly songs, which is like, okay, I like that song. And then randomly like Bit Pimpin'. He liked Bit Pimpin' because of the flutes in it.
Mhm.
So it's just random stuff like that he likes, but he is not like a hip hop guy at all.
Yeah, no, that's a common thing. And another sidebar, when they release singles, we actually have the official instrumentals, which is
Yeah.
a fucking lost art now,
Yeah.
man.
I don't think
Try to
you
look up an
yeah.
instrumental for any song made past like 2010. You can't
Yeah.
find it. You got the remakes on YouTube that don't
Yeah.
sound nearly as good.
Yeah, I don't even think you can find those instrumentals now, man.
Nah.
Like the ones I named, like, I'm gonna have to look. You probably can find them, but there was the real instrumentals. I don't know why they had them on there like that, because it wasn't like people were just taking them and rapping over them. They just randomly had the dirty version, the clean version, and then the instrumental.
Yeah, but I appreciated that, man. It made I guess it was something.
guess
I
the
don't
DJs
really
or
know
something.
why they did. I guess because they had the space to do it.
Yeah,
It's a
maybe,
single, so I think that's just
yeah,
what they did. But
yeah, maybe it's for DJs or something like that. I don't know.
could be.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, that's a lost art, man. The official instrumental, we don't get that anymore. You know, the most like maybe when Metro Boomin releases an album, he'll have like all his instrumentals, but
yeah,
that's it.
yeah. You know who else do that? The Alchemists do that too.
Yeah.
He dropped like last week. I think I talked about his project he dropped.
Yeah.
He had 8 tracks on the project, but 4 songs. It was 4 songs, and then for those 4 songs, it was the instrumentals.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, that's I actually like that he do that, because sometimes the instrumentals be hard where I just listen to it a little bit. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, Madlib does that too. A lot of the old school, like classic hip hop producers do that. But yeah, it's a lost art now, man. You ain't gonna get a fucking instrumental from Mike Will Made It or anybody like that, man.
Yeah.
What up? We see y'all in the chat, man. What up, Miguel? See you on YouTube. Said Figgy got that Lopez money now. Nah, we ain't that caked up yet.
I didn't get a red penny for all the stuff I've been doing.
Brown Chubby Bear says, "Let me hold $1."
I might have that.
Yeah. And Miguel said, "Let me tell you what pissed me off this week on 610." Yeah, I'm sure it was a lot. I
want to know. I'm kind of curious to know.
It was a typical they like Dusty. I don't know what else he gets mad about. What else was he mad about?
I'm kind of curious because there was no sports this week. It was the All-Star break, so it was no baseball.
Yeah, this is like the lowest time of sports, man. I'm surprised you guys, everybody didn't take a vacation.
Yeah, well, Lopez took a vacation last week. It was about a 10-day vacation.
Yeah.
And then the other shows took vacations and all that. So
yeah, this is to be honest though, when I was producing, like I like these weeks, man, because me and Paul, when I was doing Paul Gallant's show, we could have fun. You know, we didn't have a mandate to talk about Texans every segment or anything. It was just like, just make it entertaining.
Yeah.
So we'd have a lot of shit. I gave him a personality test one time to see if he was a narcissist or some shit like that. Yeah, we just have fun with it, man. We had a good time. We bring in some rappers and do interviews and shit. So yeah, we had a good time with those. I always like the slow sports weeks because like we could get into other shit that usually don't get into.
Yeah, we was at we kind of had some fun with that this week. Like, it's a slow news, must be a slow news day. Because, once we talk about something in the entertainment, it must be a slow news day. You guys ain't talking about sports.
Now, there's always that one guy, man. Yeah. There's always that one guy who's like, why didn't you talk about the U of H track team? They fucking they just won a national champ. They just got to the national finals.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, man.
Why don't you talk about Simone Biles?
Yeah. I heard that, dog. I don't know if this is actually a thing, but I saw B. Scott tweeted that some people were upset that they weren't talking about the Jalen Green video
Yeah, Ashley. Shout out to listeners here, H Town. I guess it's safe to call him legend because everybody know who he is in Houston. But Lamont,
Yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
yeah, a long time listener. He bounced around listening to all the sports stations and all that stuff. Um, yeah, he was actually a little, I don't want to say upset, but he was wondering why we didn't talk about the Jalen Green video. And I'm kind of, I was like, I mean, what is it to break down, man? Like, it's like you see everything in the video. I mean, we talked about it briefly on this podcast. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything on the I don't have anything on the video.
Yeah, that's what, like, look, there are certain things that just should stay on Twitter, man.
Yeah,
It makes me cringe when like real sports shows try to bring up like jokes and
a
shit
meme or
people.
something on
Yeah, like
Twitter.
the Zion thing, man. That's how I felt about that. Like that was funny on Twitter. I don't want to see First Take talk about it, man.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't want to see Undisputed talk about Zion Williamson and Mariah Mills, dog. Like that
yeah,
shouldn't be that's not really none of our business, to be honest, man. It's something spicy to talk about on social media, but I don't need like real journalists sinking
yeah,
down to that. Like, would you imagine on CNN they bring up some fucking, well, they probably do this, but some like celebrity tabloid bullshit or like
yeah. Or they
Taylor Swift.
bring
Like
up
it's
Zion and Mariah Mills.
yeah,
How
like
goofy that was sound.
like if fucking I know Don Lemon's not with the CNN anymore, but let's imagine he was leading off CNN with news about Taylor Swift breaking up with her boyfriend.
Yeah,
Like that's how that shit sounds, man. Like some shit should just stay on social media. We can crack jokes about it, but I don't want to hear like, what Sean and Seth think about it.
yeah,
Like it's fucking
yeah.
like I
Like,
don't need to hear that.
yeah, I think it's cool if you like joking around with it. Like some people kind of make a fun segment out of it. Like, if it's some funny audio, then it's an excuse to play the funny audio or some shit like that. But it's some people, I feel like some people they do good covering sports, but when it comes to entertainment, they don't really bring anything to it.
Yeah.
So it sounds super dry. So just imagine somebody like Adam Spillane breaking down this Zion Williamson and Mariah Mills thing. Like that's not his thing. So it would sound a little dry. Probably don't have anything to add to it. Probably don't think it's that funny. So ain't no point of forcing somebody like that to bring it up. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. I ain't had nothing to add on the Jalen Green thing. I thought it was funny on Twitter. And honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's kind of strange whenever somebody do some like like that. Let's say that situation.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know anything about Jalen Green personal life like that, or at least I don't. So it would be strange to give an opinion on that video, and then come out and say, "Oh, he's into that." Now, I mean, then you gonna look stupid for judging the man on, I guess, what the video was doing. Like I know that's not the case, but that type of thing I kind of stay away from, man, because it might come and bite you in the butt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's no way to like there's no angle to take that and not get in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could get like I'm not saying I get canceled or nothing, but like that shit could potentially, like, what if he was, gay or something like that? What if he was into that? And he spin it back on you and say, oh, yeah, this is what people this is why people have a hard time, being themselves. Say something like that and then make you look silly. And all you did was give an opinion, pretty much saying, "Dang, why is he playing like that with boys or something?" It could be something simple as that. So it's just like, man, I just, I don't know what he's into. I just look, man, I just mind my business. I seen the video, some of the jokes was funny, but I just, I don't know, I just stay out of it.
Yeah, that's just not a topic I
Then there
need
was
to
no
hear.
context to it. Like,
Yeah,
what was the context?
exactly. And there's a bigger issue. Like I have no proof of this, but the fact that it got taken down so quickly, Like I've never seen a video get taken down this quick. I saw bootlegs of The Flash stay up longer than I saw. Like you ever see people post a full movie on Twitter? That
Yes.
should be staying up for hours.
Yeah.
But this shit got taken down within like minutes.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody tried to extort Jalen Green. Like that's just my conclusion because of how quickly it got taken down. I feel
Yeah.
like somebody tried to extort him and then he didn't pay up, so he just dropped the video.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
probably it. Now, let's say, it's funny, we actually talking about this now. But let's say it was like 5 or 6 videos dropping Jalen Green just humping random players. Now, I feel like that would be something funny to talk about. Now you can kind of make a joke out of that, like, you better watch, he gonna hump you. Or, maybe you could find a joke here and there. But just that one or I think it was 2 videos to be fair. But I don't know, I just didn't have anything on it, man. I just didn't know. Like I have a strong take on it. And that's on a podcast. So I really didn't expect to have a take on a sports talk show that barely talk about the Rockets anyway. So and then if you look at like the Rockets flagship, they really not about to talk about it because they have a relationship with the Rockets.
Mhm.
So you don't want to hear no uncomfortable opinion with that. And you have a relationship with the Rockets, and then that can mess some stuff up. Because if Jalen Green, if his team got those videos shut down on Twitter or deleted or whatever, then they could definitely make a call to 790 or whatever, or I think that's a flagship station. They could definitely make a call to them and be like, "Yo, we just heard this on the radio." So if I was the host, I just move on. I wouldn't even mention it.
Yeah, there's really nothing productive that can come out of that discussion, man. Like Miguel says, sounds very Watson. I don't think it's approaching that at all, man. But yeah, it's just there's nothing to extrapolate. Like you said, it's funny for jokes. It's funny for clowning around on Twitter, but to discuss things like this on actual sports shows, it has to have a point. You have to have a take. And there's really no way to have a take on this.
Yeah.
That won't get you in trouble, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of like him with the painted nails. A lot of people always bring up the painted nails.
Mm-hmm.
What's the purpose of bringing that up on the show, man? Like, all right,
what is the end result of where you're going with that?
Yes,
like niggas gay is what you want to say, and then you get canceled.
Yeah, so like you can bring up somebody's the way they dress. People always talk about Russell Westbrook, the way he dressed.
Mm-hmm.
We had fun with James Harden the way he dressed, but that only lasts for about 2 seconds. Like that's not a full topic. And we just say, did you see what he had on? He looked like and then that's it. So I mean, it's no point in bringing up the fingernails. I feel like it's nothing good. What happened bringing it up?
Yeah, it'll take you to a very uncomfortable space, and then you'll have the people chiming in with some crazy shit, and then it'll go left pretty quick, man. So
yeah, and I will say though, like with sports talk radio, is 9 times out of 10 people gonna agree with it. I mean, what you said, if you don't like the painted nails, people gonna agree with it and say some crazy stuff, especially on the text line. But my thing is, if somebody for the Rockets hear it, or somebody in a high exec type of space, if they hear it, because they be listening, they listen more than what you think. So if they have a problem with it, or if somebody in Jalen Green's camp here and have a problem with it, that can backfire on you. So, and that happened a lot.
Yeah, and that's all it takes, man. Miguel says men with painted nails looks ugly AF, not necessarily gay. To be fair, man, a lot of men got their nails painted now.
Drake.
I just saw Drake
Yeah.
have his nails painted, man. And I don't think anybody would say he's gay. So the painted nails thing has become like the earring of our generation. You know,
Yeah.
it was cool for us to wear earrings back in the 90s. I got my ear pierced at like 11 years old. My mom just took me and got my ear pierced.
Damn.
And like my grandma was like, what the fuck? She was like, what the fuck's going on here?
You got
You
one
know,
or two?
just one.
Oh, okay.
One. I just got the left ear, I think. But that
Yeah.
was the thing to have. That's the MJ, man.
Yeah. Remember when it was I don't know if it was a thing for you, but it was a thing where you had to get the left one pierced because the right one meant
Yeah, right one meant you. Yeah, that.
and then they tried to do it like with guys who had both of them pierced at one point, but that just totally went away because everybody had both of them eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like the right one. If you see somebody with the right ear pierced, that means they a little sus.
Like,
so you got to made up that rule.
Yeah, it was so random, man. Like, did Michael Jordan have that explained to him when he had it? Miguel
Yeah.
said Rocket had the right earring. I could show you where I fucking got my ear pierced, man. If you want to zoom in with your HD, whatever you got, you'll see the fucking little mark. But yeah, that shit was so random. Like, first it was if you got your ear pierced, period, it was gay.
Yeah.
But then it was cool just if you had the left one, but not both or the right one.
Yeah.
Now everybody got both the ears pierced.
Yeah, I got both. I got both of mine pierced at 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mom was totally against it. They wasn't really rocking with that. And then when I turned 16, they let me get my ears pierced, and I got my first tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was it.
Yeah, man. Brown Chubby Bear says, I was in a hardcore punk band in high school. I had my nails painted black. It had nothing to do with being gay.
And see, that's the other thing too, because white people did a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah.
And nobody ever called them gay. Like
that was the goth look, man. Yeah, that was the emo goth look back in the 2000s.
Yes. And even white people used to wear tight jeans. They used to wear tight, skinny jeans. But you never really called them gay. It's just white boy jeans. But then like if you wear anything close to being tight, then it was like, oh, what you doing with them pants on?
Yep. Yeah, man, that shit's funny, dog.
Growing up black is hard, man.
It really is, dog. You really can't there's all these unspoken rules you gotta fucking abide by. First, they change every like 5 to 10 years. First your clothes gotta be baggy. You can't be wearing no tight jeans or tight shirt. Now you better not be wearing no fucking baggy shit. Your shit better be fitted now, man. Just be yourself, man. I don't think anybody needs to be caught up in how people will think about them or if anything looks sus or not. Man, just fucking be yourself, dog. Especially when you get to the older age, like I don't give a fuck anymore, man. Like I'll fucking walk outside with a fucking anime shirt on, man. I don't give a shit. Even like he said, no goofy shit, dog.
Yeah,
I don't care, man.
Yeah, you used to get clown for anything, man. Like you used to get clown for wearing the flops without the socks and all that. Now I'm just like, man, I'm a grown ass man. Like, why you worry about what another grown man doing? That's always my response when a grown man is worried about what you wearing and all that stuff. Like, why you worry about what a grown man is wearing? Like, you don't think that's us?
Really though, like when you a little too into into the way another dude dresses, or how he presents himself. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, like to me, if the shirt or whatever he's wearing looks whack, if it's just totally whack, then you could kind of clown the person for a whack shirt or something like that ugly shirt or something. Like, I'm cool with that. But when people be like, "Oh, where you get those? Oh, my wife pants. Those my wife pants, or why your pants? All this other shit, man." I just like, all right, man.
Yeah, bro. You wearing them J's? You wearing New Balance? You wearing? By the way, New Balance is fucking in right now. It ain't no old man shoe no more.
Yeah, they more popular than ever.
Yeah.
And they should be about $100, $150.
Fucking sneakerheads done ruined everything, man. There's nothing left. Like New Balance was like the last thing probably, and now they done took that too. So
that shit used to be $40, man. Yep. It used to be $40 for them.
But they got some clean colorways, man. I can't lie. They got some clean colorways in the New Balance. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking like
I
160,
seen one
170
pair. I
now.
think I screenshotted them, but I seen one pair. I'm like, shit, I might have to buy some. I never had a pair of New Balance before in my life, but I might have to buy some now.
Yeah, they clean, man. But yeah, they charging now. The price of the brick done went up since fucking the sneaker has done caught on. So oh well.
Yeah.
New music, man. Did you bump anything? I bumped a little something. I bumped the Danny Glover and JPEG Mafia did a little extension to their Scaring the Hoes. It's called the DLC pack.
Okay.
I listened to it. There's a couple like 5 extra songs. Man, I liked it.
You said Danny Glover?
Not Danny Glover. I meant Danny Brown.
Danny
I was
Brown.
like
Okay.
Danny Glover. Yeah, Danny Glover from fucking Color Purple came out and rapped. Nah, it was Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia.
Okay.
I liked it. Cool little. I mean, if you like their music and like the album, you'll like the little DLC pack they put out. But fucking sidebar, man, dog. I never order like newer rap merch because I don't really give a shit. But they had some nice merch for this album come out, and I actually bought some.
Did
I
you?
bought some in fucking April, and I still haven't gotten the shit, dog.
Damn.
It's been 4 fucking months. And I haven't gotten my merch from the Scaring the. I got a vinyl, I got some shirts, and the shit was pricey, man. I feel like I got scammed. I'm trying to email them now and be like, "Where's my shit, dog? I ain't got an answer yet. Do I got to go to the fucking Better Business Bureau? Who do you get to address these types of things?"
Yeah, damn. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, damn.
I'm a little upset, man. They have some clean ass merch too. I'm looking at it now on the fucking website. Some of this shit was dope, man. I like the 70s aesthetic that they had with it. But I ain't got my shit yet, man. And one of my friends got some shit too, and he didn't get his shit yet. So I'm upset, man. I don't know. This is why I don't fucking fuck with new rappers, man. I don't buy no merch. Like anything I buy is gonna be like this fucking ODB shirt, man.
Yeah, it gotta be on the rack right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or from something I've already ordered from and I know I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It gotta be from like Amazon or something.
Yeah, but ordering directly from a fucking rapper's website, and then I don't trust this shit no more, man. I gave them my hard-earned dollar, and I haven't seen shit yet, so I'm a little upset about that. Damn. The album that I might have to degrade it to a fucking pig pen status just because of that.
The hogs, the pigs.
What up? We see Michael Garcia on Facebook says, better stock up on Vans and 1 before you pay on $500 a pair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure and 1 is pretty pricey now, especially the classics that they don't make anymore.
Yeah.
But the Vans, people been up on Vans for a while, man. But I don't think they ever reached like sneakerhead pricey ass.
I don't think sneakerheads care about Vans like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Those might be like some throwaway shoes.
Do you think Lil B still has that pair of Vans?
I would be surprised if he did, man.
So for people who didn't know, like when Lil B first came out, he had this dirty ass pair of Vans, and he said he was gonna keep wearing them until he got like $1 million or some shit like that. I don't know, but he wore them, and they were like worn the fuck out. He's like the soles was gone and shit. And he was still wearing them dirty ass Vans, man.
Yeah, I remember that.
He still got them.
Yeah, I would keep them. I'll keep. I once if I would have got $1 million, I would have kept those and just put them up in a case or something, and just show off. Like, I wore these until I got $1 million.
Yeah, and he was also in that that song. But they made a song about Vans.
My Vans on, but they look like sneakers. Yeah, was it that song?
Yeah,
it was that song. That was like I know it's weird with Lil B because sometimes it's like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? This dude can't rap. But sometimes the shit be kind of hard the way he be rapping. He kind of what Earl Sweatshirt is now is what he kind of was a little bit. And but that verse at that time, it wasn't that bad. because I forgot he was on it. So I don't know. It wasn't that bad for that time, but that I don't know. That song is cringy, man.
Dog, that whole era was pretty cringy, man. That
Yeah.
that fucking every song had the same beat that sounded like that song.
You're a
That
jerk.
was like the Teach Me
You're
How
a
to
jerk.
Dougie era.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jerk, the new
Jerk,
boys, man.
jerk.
Like the weird ass dances like the Cat Daddy and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, what a terrible time in rap, man.
Yeah. Do the Bernie.
Yeah, what the
Oh,
fuck
man.
was going on, man?
I don't know.
That was a scary time in rap, dog. It was a kind of a dark time in rap. That
It
old,
was.
but luckily we've come out the other side. Miguel says, "Damn, Figgy with the muscle shirt showing off the guns. Yeah, I see the gains coming in, man. We see the
Yeah,
muscles
man.
coming in.
Yeah. A little something.
You got to hit the flex, man.
Yeah.
What have you been bumping, man? Anything you bumped lately?
So today, shout out to Ken the Man.
Yeah.
She got a deal with Rock Nation. So I
Okay.
think it's like a management. I think it's a management deal. But she signed to Rock Nation. That was a big deal. So salute to her.
Oh, she's fucking out of here now. So much for that follow-up interview.
Yeah.
You got to go through Jay-Z's people.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be it.
Damn shame.
But at least we got her at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, she dropped she dropped a track today called "I Love a Freak." So it's pretty much what the song is. And I think this is a perfect song for the ladies. And the song probably gonna go up. So it's a cool little track. Shout out to Ken the Man. Erica Banks dropped the track too. It was cool. A lot of females dropped music today. I seen JT from City Girls. She dropped the song. So yeah, man, the girls is out here. So I listened to a couple of those. I didn't really care for the JT track, but Ken the Man and Erica Banks, it was a cool track. But I don't know if you heard this song, but Quavo and Future dropped a song called "Turn Your Click Up."
I heard some of it. I heard the clip, the
Yeah.
snippet. I haven't heard the whole song yet.
Yeah, Future, he went off on this song, man. Like I felt like he had no auto tune on this song. He was actually rapping. Like this was a dope ass. This is probably one of his best verses in a long time, in my opinion. Because whenever you listen to Future, sometimes you don't be knowing what he talking about. You don't understand what he's saying and all that stuff. But he was clear as hell in this song. It was a dope ass verse, man. So I like the song. The beat was fire. Yeah, man. I had to put that in the Serato, man. I had to put that in the playlist. So yeah, that's all I listened to today.
Yeah, and you know that really does annoy me when rappers prove that they can rap, but they most of the time they don't want to.
Yeah,
because that's definitely something Future does. Future will have a song where he just goes off every now and again, and it's like, damn, can we get a whole album of this? Because a lot of times he still wants to sing and harmonize, and I mean that's cool, but like
yeah,
he don't snap lyrically to often enough on
yeah,
his projects, man.
yeah. And this song, I don't think he had auto tune on it. Like it was no auto tune on his verse. So yeah, he actually went off, man. It might have been his best flow in a long time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know no memorable verses from Future in recent time. This one I was just like, oh shit, he's serious. Yes, I actually understand everything he's saying.
Yeah.
It was good, man. I don't know what made him put that verse out, but he need more of that.
It might have been to lift Quavo up too, give him a solid hit with a good feature. You know, since he'd been going through it, he probably wanted to show out and let him know he had support.
Well, shit,
so he didn't want to mail it in for Quavo, man. After Takeoff died, he said, "Let me actually be sober today in the studio."
Yeah,
and fucking, he probably ain't had one drop of lean or whatever pill he be on.
No, he sound man, dog. He damn near sound like Lil Wayne when he first got out of jail. Dropped 6'7".
Yeah, that fucking
Excuse my
probation
charisma.
Wayne.
Fucking with a squisher. That was the clearest Lil Wayne sounding in a long time, man.
Yeah, it had been a minute, man. But yeah, Future. I heard some of that song and he was snapping on it, man. So I saw the
Yeah.
little diss at Russell Wilson too.
Oh yeah,
He's still on that type of time, I guess. But
yeah, yeah.
Miguel says it's better than life is good. I mean,
I think that verse on this song was better than Life Is Good to me.
yeah.
Yeah, he went off on that too, but I think it's better than that verse. If you compare the verses, I think it's better than that.
Yeah. Nah, it's clean. It's a clean song, man. I'm gonna check out the whole thing. They've got a video up for it too. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna check that out for sure, man.
yeah.
Anything else drop? I can't really I don't think anything else did. Let me
I
look
ain't think we or at least I care about.
Yeah.
Dave East, you a Dave East fan?
Who?
Dave East.
Oh no, I'm not.
Okay.
He dropped too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Yeah, King Von. I don't know if this album is new or not.
Yeah, I guess he's still got some unreleased music that they're dropping, but
yeah,
slow week, man.
Yeah, you rock with Lil TJ?
I've heard of him, but I don't
Yeah.
think I've listened to a whole lot of his music.
Okay. Yeah.
Slow week. Where's Drake? Drake was supposed to drop, man. When's that fucking poetry book coming out? Because I heard him. I know. I believe the Utopia Travis Scott album is locked in for later this month.
Really?
I want to say the 24th or something like that. I think he announced. So I think that I can't remember, the 28th maybe. But I want to say I heard that it was locked in for this month, so it should be coming soon. I heard Drake was dropping soon.
You think that album gonna be better than Astro World?
I can't see him putting out a bigger single than Sicko Mode. So no. Sicko Mode took over everything for a while, man. Like that was arguably the biggest rap song in a long time, man. Like that fucking song was everywhere. And I can't see him putting out a bigger hit, especially after the whole fucking incident. And some people are just eternally turned off on him now. So I can't see him putting out a bigger hit than that.
Yeah.
But I think, look, he's been sitting on music for a long time, man. Like it's been like what, over a year. He probably doesn't have this music in the vault, and he's had time to fine tune it and work on it. So it should be fire. But I can't see him putting out something as big as Sicko Mode. So I don't think it's going to be as big, but I think it should be good, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll see how that shit goes. Main Bilal on YouTube asks, have you heard Eyes Can See by Dave East? I don't think I have. Let me run real quick.
Yeah,
I heard the song before. No, I haven't. It's too new.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's too new.
I used to like Dave East a lot, but I don't know. It's weird because once I moved to Houston, I kind of slid back from a lot of New York raps for some reason. I don't know why.
But I hear him rapping over the "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See" by Busta Rhymes, so I don't like the song already. Okay.
Is that that's what it is?
Yes.
You remake it?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. I checked.
And didn't he rap over another Busta Rhymes? He rapped over fucking that other Busta Rhymes song as well. It was "Give Me Some More."
Oh, really?
He like remade that song too, or remixed it. So is that like his gimmick? He raps over old Busta Rhymes beats. I don't know if it's happened more than twice, but yeah, I don't know about this song, man. I'll give it a shot, but you stepping on hollow ground with that beat because Busta Rhymes tore that shit apart. But we'll see.
Yeah, and Busta Rhymes ass want to keep performing the Chris Brown verse. He got all them slaps, man.
Now,
This
to be fair, I went back and saw his BET Awards performance. He actually did do all the hits, man. Yeah. It wasn't like he just got up there and did the Chris Brown shit and walked away. He actually did a whole playlist of all his biggest hits. And he did a scenario Tribe Called Quest shit too. So yeah, shout out to that. But yeah, I'm getting sick of
Did you need to do that though? The Chris Brown.
No. And I think that's one of those things that kind of like the people just convinced themselves that it was fire back then. So he just ran with it. But yeah, I don't think that needs to be like in all his memorable verses. I'd put that very low. You know,
Yeah.
it was. I hate the song now. The song is aged terribly. We talked about the shit already,
Yeah.
so fuck it. Tab says, I used to be an enormous Dave East fan, but the last 2 years have been mid. Yeah, I heard his name a lot more a few years ago. I haven't heard him make a lot of noise lately, man. I've never really been a huge fan, but I've heard a few of his songs that I liked. But he just seems to be kind of a middle of the road rapper. You know, he doesn't really seem to I guess have that star power, I guess, to make a huge hit. He can rap. He can rap. He got a lyric.
He sound good too. And I think he actually played Method Man on the Wu-Tang series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he got a lot of other stuff going on, but I don't know, man.
Bilal says his Dave East whole list is fire. It's for low-key people. Yeah, I can run through. Look, give me some Dave East shit to listen to, not the Bust Around shit. I don't like that song. Give me some of Dave East's best work, and I will listen to it, man. I'll give it a fair shot, okay? But yeah, I listened to some of his shit, but it's just he's kind of in that. I don't even say J. Cole territory for me, but kind of close to that, where just somebody somebody who can rap and you respect that they can rap, but you just don't go to their playlist or discography a whole lot.
Yeah.
Tab says Karma 2 and Survival. Okay. Karma 2 and Survival. I will go ahead and also Nobu with Dave East. Okay. We'll check those out. I will check those out. Jasmine is in the chat. I see you on Facebook. What's good, Jasmine? She says Karma 2 is good. Okay. I'm gonna check Karma. I'm gonna check these projects out, man. I'm gonna give it a shot. And if it's ass, I'll let y'all. When did this drop? When it come? Oh, 2018. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna give it a shot. Give it an old college try. Anything else dropped this week, man? I think that really about does it. Jasmine, what you been bumping, Jasmine? Miss Mysterious over here doing all these DJ sets. You supposed to be telling us what's popping in the streets right now. What you been bumping, girl? Tell us what's popping in Lamal. Did you mean LMAO?
Yeah,
was that a typo?
Yeah.
Are you lit? Tell us what's popping in the streets, girl.
Yeah.
But because it's been a drought music wise for the most part, outside this like Lil Uzi Vert and all this shit. It's been kind of dry out here, man. So let us know what's popping in the streets if you tapped in like that, you know. Other things that happened this week. Did anything happen this week?
Speaking of my TMZ appearance, we ain't even talk.
Oh yeah, I forgot to bring that shit up, man.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So I saw you on TMZ talking about the Jamie Foxx. First off, I meant to get in that in the first place. How did that come about, man? How did you get on TMZ in the first place?
So they just slid in my DM. So this is how it started. So this was around the time that Britney Spears video was released on TMZ, I guess the slap. And I retweeted the video from TMZ and said TMZ the GOAT with the GOAT emoji. And I ain't think nothing of it. And I think it was later on that day, I got like a message request. And you only get those if it's somebody you ain't following.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who is this? And it was TMZ. And I was like, is this real? And it was definitely real because it was the gold check. It was the gold check, and they had the little TMZ emoji next to it. And they would say, hey, would you pretty much would you be available to join us next week, Monday or Tuesday at this time? I'm like, yeah, sure. You know what? I'll pull up the message. Let you know what they said. So yeah, so the original message said, hey, have any interest being on TV to comment on a story for our TV show TMZ Live via Skype? We'll have a list of topics to choose from the day you're available. So I'm like, yeah, I would love to. So I had to move some things around because I'm doing the show during the time they was doing their show, and I wasn't sure how it was going to be. So I ended up working in the loop pretty much from 10 to 12, and then did the TMZ stuff around 1. But yeah, that's how I got on. They hit me up. I'm like, damn.
So you talk about more than a Jamie Foxx thing?
So the plan was for me to talk about more than that, but I was having trouble getting on Skype because our company computer had some type of block on Skype for some reason. And it's weird because I'm like, who the hell still using Skype? Like, I ain't used Skype since 05, 06. But so my Skype wasn't connecting with them. So I was missing all of their messages. They was like messaging me all the topics and everything. And I didn't see any of the messages. So I'm sitting on waiting to try to connect. And they would hit me up on Twitter like, hey, are you there? Da, 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 da. So it took me like 30 minutes to try to connect on Skype. So I had to call engineering and all that stuff, and they fixed something on my computer. And that's when I finally connected. And that's when they were in the Jamie Foxx conversation.
Oh, okay.
So that was pretty much it. But they did say they're gonna have me back on next month. So
okay,
I'll be back on next month, man.
Man, the superstar, dog. I'm telling y'all can't just walk up to Figgy no more and talk to him, okay? You got to go through his people. All right. Jazz says Figgy is effing famous. Yes, he is. Now you might have to book an appointment now. Okay. Y'all didn't appreciate Figgy when y'all had the easy access. Okay. So now y'all got to go through his people.
I know.
You got to book an appointment. He got an agent. He got a manager. He got security. You can't just walk up to him no
my
more.
security around the corner right now.
He's like Victor Wimby, and y'all are like Britney Spears. Okay. You can't just tap him on the shoulder no more. He's out of here. So let's get on that topic, man, because Jamie Foxx is now out and about officially. He's been caught on video. He seems to be in good health. Kind of making jokes about what people thought happened to him and all this shit. So I guess this whole saga is finally over. Okay, Jamie Foxx is alive, well, not blind, and okay, and moving, and everything seems to be okay.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts about this, and how do you think these rumors got so out of control, Figgy?
I think it got out of control because his family kept it close to the vest. Because when people because it's Jamie Foxx, it's not like no D-list rapper where you don't hear anything. But it's Jamie Foxx, man. He had a lot going on, and a lot of people had questions. So yeah, I always go back to your theory. You said that theory from the beginning of maybe it could be a alleged drug rehab type thing, because I don't think I still don't think he addressed what was really going on, I want to say, or at least the last time I checked. So yeah, man, I don't know how that stuff just spiraled out of control like that, but it's good to see him back and running around, man, because I ain't gonna lie, I thought we was about to lose him, man. I thought it wasn't looking too good, man, and this world would have took a big hit, or at least entertainment would have took a big hit with no Jamie Foxx. But yeah, man, I think it was I think it's good that he's out and about now. But yeah, I think it spiraled out of control for the simple fact that it was so secretive. It wasn't like a family came out and said, "Hey, he had a stroke and he's doing okay right now." Like there were no real updates. The only updates we got was he's doing fine, or the updates were just keep praying.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to me, when you get updates like that, people gonna speculate. So shoot, I mean, I like your theory a lot, but you know, that's speculation because we don't have anything. You ain't give us anything, so we trying to figure it out. So I think that's one of the reasons why it spiraled out of control.
Yeah, and one thing I've learned all my life is that niggas love a good conspiracy theory, man. Like they
Yeah,
will run with anything.
and they still doing it now, man. Like,
Yes.
if you look in the comments, they saying this is a clone. That ain't really him. Look at the nose. They saying all type of stuff.
Yeah, man. Like it's not gonna stop. Somebody gonna take a close up of him and compare it to a picture from 10 years ago and say, "This is not Jamie. This is somebody. He didn't have this mold right here. Who is this?" So yeah, it ain't gonna stop even since he's back, man. He's gonna say something and people are gonna be like, "That's not the new. That's not the real Jamie."
He never gonna live it down, man.
Remember, everybody was saying Dave Chappelle was a clone.
Yeah,
the Dave Chappelle clone theory, because he started lifting weights and his fucking voice changed from decades of smoking packs of cigarettes a day, probably.
Yeah,
and everybody said that he was a clone. Ernesto says, "I'm here for a rocket conspiracy theory with the music and all." LOL. Yeah, it might be a side podcast, man. We have to fucking just get into conspiracy theories and everything, Doug. I want to get into this alien shit that's going on, man. Have you been keeping up with the fact that people are like, I feel like the government is trying to let us know that aliens are actually really out here, but they're trying to ease us into it. You know, suddenly out of nowhere, nobody gave a shit about aliens like 5 years ago. Now, like all these accredited scientists are saying shit like, you know, we probably already made contact with aliens. The government's admitting that there's UFOs. We don't know where the fuck they came from. And all this shit's happening. I feel like they're trying to, this is the rollout plan for aliens is going on right now, man.
Yeah. Like you would think they sitting here trying to roll the aliens out so they getting everybody prepared so it won't be a big surprise when we actually see the aliens. This is like Drake rolling out the album.
Yes.
For the bros or whatever the name of that album is.
For my dogs or for my dogs or whatever.
Yeah, for my dogs. It's like him throwing that out there. So now we all prepared. So we won't be surprised when the album come out. They doing the same shit, but with the aliens.
And it's wild, man. I also feel like nobody gives a shit. Jasmine says, "Me too, but why now?" Yeah, why now? You know, what's going? What are they trying to distract us from with this alien news? Suddenly, after all the years of denial about aliens, and everybody wants to know what's at Area 51, and they won't fucking let us know, and all this shit. And now they're like, "Yeah, aliens are probably here already." Like what?
Where was all this at?
when we gave a shit about it, where was all this, man? We used to have like movies and TV shows, long-running TV shows about aliens and unsolved mysteries. Now we don't give a shit anymore, man. We're all just doing other shit now, and we're on TikTok. Okay. Nobody cares about aliens no more. It's not cool to us no more. But when it was, they didn't want to admit shit.
Yeah.
Main Blau says the alien story is false. Is it? Or is that just what they want you to think? Ernesto, the lady on the plane. Yeah, what was that? I didn't get into that whole thing, but I saw the clip of the woman saying that motherfucker is not real or whatever. What was that whole thing about the lady on the plane about? Man?
I don't know. She was talking about somebody back there wasn't real, and they didn't know what she was talking about. I don't know. Y'all got to recap it. I wasn't really into it either. I thought the video was just hilarious, man. Like just her going off on the plane and pointing back there, and nobody knew what she was talking about. Yeah.
Sound like some alien shit to me, man. I don't know. Speaking of social media, though, I think it's time to revisit our discussion about the replacement apps for Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to the conclusion that Twitter is here to stay, man. These other apps are fucking ass.
I thought about this too. I kind of agree with you.
I'm thankful for you for giving me the Blue Sky invite. I messed around with it a little bit. I posted a lot of my more nerdy shit that I don't post on the main account. I got some friends over there that are on it too, but dog, it's whack, man. It's not funny. There's not enough like young people on it with memes and shit. There's no videos, which really cripples it. No, I don't care about the GIFs or whatever, however you want to pronounce it, GIFs or GIFs. I don't care about that. But the videos, no videos hurts it.
Yeah.
And there's not enough people. There's not enough hoes on it. Okay, let's be real about that too.
Enough. It's not none.
None.
I ain't coming across not one beautiful girl on there, man.
There's no hoes on Blue Sky. Jasmine says, "What's Blue Sky, girl? You supposed to know this shit, man. You what? I mean,
man, she is anti-social media, man.
Apparently, she said, "Y'all don't like Threads." Figgy, do you like Threads? I haven't tried Threads. I've heard nothing but bad things about it, honestly. But have you tried Threads more? Do you like it?
It's cool so far, but I would probably say Twitter is still number one. Like I still go to Twitter for everything because look, say what you want. Threads is kind of new. It's a whole new following. Like my Threads followers are totally different from Twitter followers because my Instagram followers were totally different from my Twitter followers. So it's two different timelines. But the thing with Twitter is it's still like say what you want. It's still raw. It's still you still get some like some raw jokes on there. You still you got a lot of dark humor still on there. You got look, say what you want. You got porn on there, man. The porn is still on there. Porn ain't gonna hit Threads, man, because they can't even hit Instagram. So I don't think porn gonna ever hit Threads like it is on Twitter. So I think that could, to me, unless Threads start getting porn and they just let anything go, then I just don't see I just don't see them replacing Twitter right now.
Yeah, man. This whole thing reminds me of, you remember the movie The Matrix when they had Lawrence Fishburne tied up in that chair and the agent's talking to him and he talks about like the first version of the Matrix they made. And he said the first version of the Matrix was like a perfect society. It was like a utopia. And he said it failed. Everybody rejected it. And then he realized like humans need a fucked up environment to live in. And that fucked up environment is Twitter. No matter what people say, you don't want a place where everybody just gets along and makes jokes and just is friendly. People want the chaos and the fuckery, man. They want the bad people to point their fingers at and say, that guy's bad. They want, and that's what I know with Blue Sky, because there's nothing like that there.
Nope.
And there was controversy on Blue Sky this week because apparently they found out that there was no filter for somebody to put the N word with the hard R in their username. So of course somebody immediately joined up with N-word at bluesky.social or whatever. And everybody was dunking on this. Everybody's been dunking on the app. They're like, how can you do this? How can you not filter this? And you could tell they have been waiting for something like this because everybody was getting their hot takes off. Everybody was saying this app is racist. They don't care about black people. They don't care about minorities. There's nothing has changed. It's the same thing as Twitter. And I'm like, look, y'all have been waiting for this bad guy to show up, okay? Because you could tell y'all been waiting to dunk on somebody. And there's nothing to dunk on with this app. Everybody was just getting along and it was all nice and whatever. And now they finally have a villain, which is the app itself. And now they want to be like, you guys are assholes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Twitter is not going anywhere, man.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be on Twitter. Everybody wants the fucked up environment, no matter what you say. If you didn't, you would be on social media, period.
Yeah. And I think people will be looking at Twitter or any social media like, oh, I remember back in the day when it used to be just like Cam said, remember back in the day, man, them days are over. Like those old Twitter days ain't happening no more, man. It's over. It's like ain't nobody trying to make friends on social media like that. People, like you said, people look for people to complain about, man. Have you ever seen something where somebody can post something so positive and you look through the comments and somebody got something negative? It's just like you had to say something. Like it's like I think that shit be in people's hearts where it could be something positive. It can say God loves you, and somebody can say something so negative.
What if you're Muslim? What if you're non-religious?
Yes,
Like, some bullshit. There's always that person who's mad at something on Twitter.
Yes. So I think it's just embedded in people's brain to always challenge something, always attack something. If everybody on the same page, it got to be that one person that can't be on the same page.
Yep. Yep. You could say everybody loves, I don't know anybody who doesn't love cereal. You say, what about lactose intolerant people? What about people who are allergic to granola? There's always that person, man.
You can sit here and say fruit is good for you. And some people, oh no, that's what they want you to think.
Yeah. What if you're diabetic and can't have that sugar? What about them? Are they not real to you? Are they not valid? Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, nobody talks like this in real life. That's the funniest thing. Nobody you meet in real life talks like this. It's only on social media these people exist somehow.
Yes. Social media and our sports radio 610 text line. Like, no matter what you say, like we was giving I think it was giving Lopez shit about the Michael Jackson take, the Michael Jackson Taylor Swift take.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, everybody in this world knows some Michael Jackson songs. Everybody. Like, I ain't sitting there saying you gotta like them, but you know some Michael Jackson music. And of course, it was like two of them, like, I don't know any Michael Jackson music. Like, get the hell out of here.
Of course. There's always that person, man.
Yeah.
I ain't heard of no Michael
Jackson.
Jackson.
I don't know any Michael Jackson music. All right. It's just like, all right, man. You got it.
There's always that person.
You
man,
just
no
want to
what.
disagree. That's cool, man.
Yep.
You got it.
Yep. Bilal says you can't delete Threads account without deleting your Instagram. And there are so many rules about this new gender warrior movement. You will get blocked easily. Yeah, I've heard Threads is more like corporate, man. Like, it's kind of like being at work. You can't say nothing too crazy. And you can't, of course, there's restrictions on how you can post and what you can post. So, I think it's probably easier to get banned on Threads than it is anywhere else.
One thing I will say, like, and I think Threads is still working on some stuff because they actually released it a little early. But so I guess some things, it could be good or bad, I guess. But you can make longer posts than Twitter. Take it as how you want to take it. Some people don't like the long posts. I don't care for the long posts.
Hell fucking no, man. I'm not trying to read your book.
Exactly. And another thing they got that Twitter don't have is Twitter, you can post like 4 pictures at a time. Like, if you're doing a little thing, you could post 4 pictures, 4 video or whatever, however you want to do it. On there, I think you could post up to 8. So if I got like 8 pictures I want to post, I can post those in a thread, or 8 videos in a thread or something like that. But that's some shit we don't really care about, or at least I don't care about. I wasn't sitting here asking Twitter to let me post more videos in one tweet. So little stuff like that. But yeah, Bilal said it. You can't delete Threads without deleting your whole Instagram. That's a little strange to me. It sounds very Mark Zuckerberg-ish. Yeah. What else? Yeah, it's just I feel like it's very. I don't want to say Disney, but it's kind of family friendly to me compared to Twitter.
Yeah. I heard somebody say it's like LinkedIn without the jobs. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I
But
can
everybody's more professional on it.
Yeah, see on there, see on Threads because I be on Threads a little bit. I try to post a little bit. Threads is the only way I will post something like, "Hey, what is it to do on a Friday?" Or "Hey, I'm hungry. What should I eat today?" That's like the old school Twitter when everything was good and old school Facebook type shit. But Twitter, I'm not doing that on Twitter. I'm not posting, "Hey, what should I eat today?" on Twitter. I'm, I don't know. It's just not that type of vibe on there.
Yep. Yeah, it's not oh yeah, I was trying to look up threads on because I don't think you can use it on the desktop either.
Nah, it's just app right now.
Yeah. And it's funny. I guess somebody took threads.com, but they
Oh,
had to specify that they're not associated with Instagram. But it looks like some fake ass Instagram type shit. So yeah, somebody was trying to be slick with that shit. That's funny. Brown Chubby Bear says there's less Nazis and racists on threads, which is always a plus. Yeah, but let's keep it a buck. I feel like people like arguing with those people, man, because there's no reason I should be seeing those posts on my feed, but there's always people I follow who are arguing with those people, man. So I feel like low key people like arguing with those types of people, man.
I think Brown
Honestly.
Chubby Bear one of them. I be still going back and forth sometimes. Some jackass
Yeah,
to say something, and I see Brown Chubby Bear tearing that, telling them off.
don't engage, period, man. Because and not that another point, like they just rolled out their thing where they're paying people for engagement and
Mm.
views and stuff. If you're a blue
Oh
check on Twitter,
yeah,
and people are getting like 10, 20 racks for
mm.
engagement, and like some racist ass accounts are getting this money. Do you think that's all Nazis and racists engaging with this shit, man? No, it's regular people who are trying to dunk on them. So it's
Mm.
like now you're really incentivized to not even fucking block them and move on, man. Don't engage. Don't give them attention. But the truth is, y'all want to give them attention because y'all want to dunk and get your attention from dunking on them. That's the thing, man. Y'all want attention from dunking on those types of people. It goes both ways, man. I don't engage with none of that shit. I don't
Yeah,
anybody who arguing any racist, Nazi, whatever bullshit, I ignore it, man. But
yeah,
some people like they don't want to admit it. They want to admit it to themselves, probably, but they like to argue with those types of people, man. And I don't understand why, because yeah, that's what they're looking for.
dog. I don't like to argue. Period, man. So like somebody, it was a couple people. I think it was today. Somebody, I guess I don't even know why he said that. Maybe it's something I said on the radio, but I got on the text line. Somebody said, "Dang, Figgy, why you acting like that? You somebody peed in your Cheerios this morning?"
What the fuck?
And I looked at it. And I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck he talking about. So I ain't even about to try to ask questions or anything. I just said I just moved on, man. I'm like, what the fuck did that? Like, what did I say? I don't even know what I said, man.
Yeah, man. It really isn't, man. It's
Yeah.
like
And then,
there's
and
all
then and then the thing is, like, being a media person, if you clap back, then people will, oh, I'm under your skin now. It's just like, no, like I'm just replying to you. Like you not under my skin. I'm giving you a reply.
Yeah, and that's one thing, and that's when you quickly notice who's just trolling for attention. Because when you actually ask them, like, "Well, what are you talking about?" They back up immediately, and they're like, "Ah, just fucking around," or "Ah, I ain't mean like that," or something.
I
Like
love the
they
show, man.
exactly, exactly. It was trolling for attention, man. You learn that pretty quickly in that business.
Yeah,
Um,
I learned to quit engaging with people. Like I don't really engage with people like that if they talking shit. But I really don't engage with people if they don't have a real profile picture. I'm just like, man, like you sitting here Googling me, you sitting here talking about my profile picture. Like, what am I gonna talk about? the fucking bird, the fucking bald eagle you guys a profile picture. So I was just like, man, like, nah, I just ignore it, man. I actually got a setting on Twitter where if you don't have a profile picture, I won't get your notification.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not dealing with that shit.
Yeah, because some people, man, and then some people just like, I don't understand how you just get online just to hate on somebody, man. Especially, and you got a burner account to do it too.
Yeah,
Like that's a new level of pathetic, dog. You really need to work on your life if that's your priority. Is fucking get on a fake account with no profile picture just to hate on somebody for some shit. You need to
yeah,
work on your own life, man. HRW says sometimes it's fun smoking fools. Yeah, I mean sometimes, but like I said, they're looking for attention, man. And now attention is currency.
yeah.
Eyeballs are currency. And when you dunk on somebody, when you say, I'm gonna make this guy look stupid, you're literally putting money in their pocket, man. So
Mhm.
stop it. Everybody needs to stop this bull. I know y'all not going to because it's gonna keep happening. But really, if you were really concerned about this type of shit going on social media, you should stop engaging with these people, man. Don't
Yeah,
fight them. Don't argue them. Don't try to. I ain't seen one argument end peacefully on social media. I've been on the internet for fucking 30 years now. I've been on forums, on chat rooms, on AOL Instant Messenger. I have not seen one internet argument end with people being like, okay, or somebody saying, you know what, I get your point. It never ends like
yeah.
that, man.
Yeah, you know what? You are right. Yeah, that's my bad. Like I salute people when they say that because
Yeah.
one time somebody said I said something that I never said. And I'm like, no, I never said that. I explained to him, like, no, I did not. Like, I never said any of those words. And then the guy's like, oh yeah, my bad, man. I'm sorry about that. I love the show. I love what you do. It's like, all right, cool. But some people would not admit that they were wrong or
Yep.
give you credit. It's
They'll move the topic to something else. They'll say, well, you said this another time. What about that? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
the best thing is when they try to call you out on an opinion and try to paint the whole station or the whole company like not like no hold on, like first of all I didn't even say that. We don't even know who said that opinion. Like it could have been somebody on the morning show 6 years ago. Like that ain't got nothing to do with me. And then they reply like, oh well, 610 is always they always talk about the Texans. They don't talk about nothing. And then it's like, what did that got to do with the original point? Now you moving the goal, you changing a whole nother sport. Now you went from this particular topic. Now you saying, well, 610 always do this. It's just like what did that got to do with anything?
Called a straw man, man. They just look, they know they beat, so they try to move on to another thing that's completely unrelated and has nothing to do with what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So HRW says, so don't respond when they say MLK was a Republican. Yeah, don't, man. Number one, the Martin Luther King trolling is something that's been nothing new for like years now on Twitter, man. Every year people talk about how MLK cheated on his wife with white women and was a Republican and was this and that. That's like the easiest bait is shitting on MLK on social media, man. And these people are not looking to be educated. Okay. They're trolling. Leave them the fuck alone, man. You ain't gonna educate them on shit. You can
Now
look these things up on the internet. They don't want to.
yeah. Now, what kind of people do you see say this type of stuff about MLK? Do you see mainly black people saying that?
Yes.
Okay, I was just checking because I mainly see black people. Soon as somebody, it's usually around MLK Day. When you
Yes.
see a lot of stuff. Then you see some other people like, oh well, he wasn't like how y'all think he is. Like he was into white women. He was into this. It's just like, man.
I done seen people call Malcolm X gay. I done seen people call MLK fucking philanderer, cheater, this, that, kissing a white man's ass, whatever. People like they saying it for shock value, man. They saying it for attention. Don't engage. Don't try to educate them. They don't want to be educated. They just want to fucking go viral.
Yeah.
Don't pay it any mind, man. Um, and Bilal says, "Do you know about the Trenches Gutter City rap battle? What's that about?"
I'm yeah,
Let me look that up.
yeah,
Trenches
I'm
Gutter
not,
City.
yeah, yeah, I'm
I
not.
haven't look. I haven't watched a rap battle in a long time, and I know they still happen and very popular, but I haven't watched any in a minute, man.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it.
Yeah, you got to
Is
put us
E
up on
Ness
this, man.
is E Ness still battling? Ain't that's the dude from Making the Band?
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, I see a video on here. E Ness versus Dot full battle. This was 4 weeks ago.
Which battle you talking about? I haven't for Bilal. I haven't seen this what
I
he's
see,
talking about,
I
but I
see.
haven't seen rap battles in a minute,
Yeah, I
man.
see. Gutter City presents the Trenches, and I guess it's a series. It got E Ness versus Dot.
Can I be honest about these rap battles, man? I
Uh-oh.
think they've been corny for a long time, dog. Like number one, I know for a long time they haven't tried to even put an instrumental. It's just niggas rapping, rhyming words. But it's just like all of them sound the same to me, man. It's like it's not even lyrical. It's just
It's,
some of the punchlines be super corny, dog. I be
I
cringing when I hear some of this shit, man.
I think what it is, man, because back when I really was into it, this is back in like probably shoot, it was early 2000s for sure. But remember, a lot of people used to think it was like off the top of the dome, man. They used to think it was, you really pulled up on somebody and y'all sat there and battled. That's how I used to feel. But now
Yeah.
it's, I don't want to say staged because they got to perform it, they got to act it out and all that stuff. But now it's a little more. It's not really gritty. It's like you in a stadium. It's well produced, and the person. The person went over their raps and all that stuff, and they do a lot. They do a lot more performing than they did back in the because back in the day you just rapped and
Mm-hmm.
there was a punchline. So maybe I don't know. Maybe it seemed like the more acting you do in these battles, win you more points. So that's why you got a lot of the people that's super extra with it. They go around and grab the person's shirt or they throw his hat off or something. They like super extra with it, and it seemed like that win more points than the actual, I guess, lyrics. If that makes sense.
Yeah, every rap battle kind of feels like, the wild style part of Wild and Out. I feel
Yeah,
like that's kind of what they are now, man. It's kind of like low key fucking stand up comedy.
yeah. And the other thing is too, it seemed like it seemed like it's not really rapping. It's more like poetry
Yeah,
because it's not like and I
there's
know
no flow to it. It's
it's
just
yeah, I know it's not a beat, so they can't rap to the beat, but it seemed like it's a lot of talking, and then you kind of don't know where they going. It sound like they're actually talking, and then when you listen closely, it's like, oh, this person rapping.
he
And then,
rhymed that. Okay.
yeah, they be doing shit like. So I was doing a podcast, and this dude came up to me, and I came up to him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I went to his girl, and then they do something like, and then I slapped his bitch, and then oh, it's a little more stuff like that. So because remember that one of the famous battles was Cassidy and Freeway.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like that. It was more of I just pulled up to a studio and we rapping face to face, and that's how it was. But it's not really like that now. It's like I said, it's a lot more acting, it's a lot more performing. It's not even all about the lyrics. So it's because you could sit there and rap those lyrics, but when you got to act them out and perform it, that will hit more than you just sitting there rapping the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just not for me. I've watched a few battles and some of them are pretty good. But it's just like you said, it's too extra, man. They be doing too much with the shit, and it's like there's no flow to it. Like you said, it's more like very aggressive slam poetry or some shit.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's just not for me, man. Like I've watched a few. I know it was big on MTV and BET back in the day. But yeah, it's not for me, man. I think battling number one is more of like a northern rap thing as well. You know, like we had freestyles and ciphers and stuff in the South, but it was never like what it is up in the North, in New York. You
yeah,
know, that aggressive, just shit talking, talk about your dead mom, talk about your fucking sister who died or some shit like that. Like it never got that crazy down in the South. I think that's a patented New York type of thing where they can just go that far and really
yeah.
just try to
They-
diss each other.
honestly, they just talk aggressive. Period, man.
That's true.
Like they would sit there like, man, suck my dick. Like, what?
Yeah,
Like
it's
you
just
can't say you can't. Well, shit, you can't really say that anywhere outside of like New
yeah,
York,
true.
whatever. But say that down here, man. People gonna be offended. People don't play around like that. But
No,
in New
yeah.
York, you can kind of get away with it.
Yeah, people talk to each other crazy, man. Like you see it with Cameron and them. Like they fucking talk to each other crazy, but it's all love at the end of the day somehow. But
Yeah,
other places, you see, like, damn, what the fuck you
yeah,
say, man?
yeah. People in the and specifically in the South, man, they look at that as disrespect.
Yep.
But in New York, it's like, and then it's funny because you always hear the New Yorkers like, man, that's how we talk. You really heard it on Clubhouse. That
Yep.
Clubhouse was Clubhouse, and you had like New York versus Atlanta. And you heard a lot of Atlanta people like, man, we don't talk like that, man. Like, don't be telling nobody to suck my dick. Duh, 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 duh." And you had New Yorkers in there like, hey, that's how we talk. We say that all the time. Like, ain't no beef. It's like, ain't no beef. You just invited me to your private part, man. So
Yeah, man. I don't get it. I don't get like I think there are lines that they just cross. Like there's no lines for them, man. It's like whatever's fair game, and they can somehow dap it up and be cool after the fact. And it's like I don't get that, man. I don't think it works
yeah,
everywhere else in the country, but I guess you just got to be in that environment, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just different in New York.
yeah.
Fucking cold and shit. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just different. You seen any good movies or TV shows lately, man? I'm fucking there's some movies coming out that I want to see. I'm probably gonna see that fucking Oppenheimer shit. I hope it's not boring. That new
Really.
Christopher Nolan joint. I'm gonna watch that probably.
You don't want to see the Barbie movie?
Yeah. Yeah. I do want to see that new Mission Impossible though. I know that's out. I think
Really?
it's out now. I want to watch that. I heard it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I finally seen John Wick 4.
Is it good? I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. They did a nice little they paid homage to the Warriors, the movie The Warriors.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of had the I don't want to spoil it. I know it's old, but
yeah.
yeah, they pay homage to the Warriors. I thought it was pretty dope. So
Okay.
yeah,
I,
it's pretty good.
I saw John Wick 1 and I thought it was good. And I think I saw parts of like 2 and 3. I can't remember. But I know like it looks silly, man. They had like Common was an assassin and they were fucking shooting in the fucking mall with nobody knew what was going on. They was just shooting at each other. It's like, what the fuck?
So, but see, you gotta look at it, man. Like that type of movie, that's the type of stuff you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So if you sitting there looking like, hey, this ain't possible, you might as well turn it off.
Well, yeah. But I felt like the first movie was more, I'm not gonna say believable, but it's like it was more grounded. It's kind of like Fast and Furious, I feel, with John Wick. You know, like the first Fast and Furious was crazy, but it was like realistic compared to what it became. They wasn't going to space and shit. You know, it was just like a regular heist movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But the one with Common, that scene was hilarious. They was in there walking through a busy mall. They both were just walking and it was hilarious. I think Common did a good job in that movie because when I was watching that movie, I'm like, damn, is that Common? Because I think he had like a little accent and everything. So I'm like, is that Common? I had to look it up. but it was him. But yeah, like I kind of know what you're gonna get from this this franchise. So yeah, I wasn't really surprised. Even watching it last week, it was just like, damn, like this dude just getting shot, this dude just getting beat up, and this dude's still walking around. Like it's wild. But you kind of know what you're gonna get. You just looking for action at that point.
Oh yeah, of course. And I like dumb action movies, man. Don't get me wrong. I like dumb action movies. But
Yeah.
that scene was just like, what the fuck's going on, man? But yeah, Common's actually a pretty good actor, man. Like
Yeah.
he had been in some wild. I remember he was in Smoking Aces with Alicia Keys.
Mm.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Alicia Keys was a terrible actress, but he was pretty good, man. Like Common's a pretty good actor, actually. But I think Halle Berry was in the third one too, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Was she?
I think so.
Mm. Yeah, it been a minute. All that shit running.
Yeah, she was in John Wick 3 because I was in the gym
Okay.
and I saw like the end scene where they were just shooting it out against like 1,000 bad guys, her and Keanu Reeves. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, she was in the third one.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check the fourth one out, man. I heard it's really good. I like action movies, so
Yeah, but I kind of want to see the Oppenheimer. I've been watching Succession.
okay.
I've been catching up on that. I'm finally on season 3. So speaking of Succession, the Emmys, the nominees came out, and I think they got like 26 nominations
Oh, okay.
for the show. So, man,
Now I saw people mad that certain shows weren't nominated,
oh my God,
and
I think we probably seen the same people.
yeah, look, man,
Why Power wasn't nominated?
why fucking Bel Air wasn't nominated?
Why
Like,
Snowfall wasn't nominated?
Hey, look, man.
Somebody said why P Valley wasn't nominated. I'm like,
Yeah.
and look, I got to say this too. You never seen P Valley, so
Nah, I've heard what it's about, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, but it's a guy on there that's a rapper, but he's into guys and stuff. I guess he's like a tough rapper, but he
He's gay.
Yeah, pretty much. And people was talking about, oh yeah, he should get a Oscar or Emmy alone for his performance. It's just like he's not, like he's literally just being a rapper, a street dude that's into guys. Was Emmy worthy of that? Like, that's not really that far out the box. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's more of, was his performance really that good, man? Like,
I don't think it was. I think anybody could have did that, man. I don't think it was something where it was just like, damn, he really did his thing on that. But I don't know. I just didn't see it, man. I ain't see it where I'm like, damn, he needs something. I feel like the dude, Dangerous, was it Albert Dangerous? The guy,
yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Damson Idris, I think.
Idris. I said,
Yeah.
I feel like I would give him an Oscar or Emmy for his performance over anything else. I feel like that's one that should at least been nominated because I think he did a good job in that show. I think he got a lot of range. I think he did a good job in that show. Now, I'm not saying the show overall should have got something, but I felt like some type of it should. I wouldn't have been mad if it was nominated, but I also understand why it wasn't nominated. I'm not pissed about that. But all the other stuff people was naming, I was just like, like I just don't. I don't know. I don't see it, man.
Yeah, it's another case of like fucking begging for inclusion into white spaces and then acting like it's not important. But then you next year when you get nominated and don't win, you're like, we need our own thing. We just stop worrying about this shit. And then you don't get nominated. You suddenly care about it again and say, it's a cycle, man.
But see, the thing is, like Abbott Elementary was nominated.
It was.
Like, I think that's worthy of a nomination. That show did numbers. So I think that's worthy of a nomination, and it's probably gonna win something. So I don't know. I just don't get it. And like I get why people be upset, but I just don't think those type of movie. I feel like I don't hear anybody else talk about these shows outside of us.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Abbott Elementary, shit, we was talking. Remember, we was talking to John Harris from the Houston Texans. He was talking about that show.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard him like he is not talking about Power. He ain't talking about Snowfall, even though that's probably the best out the bunch. But he's not talking about P Valley.
Yeah.
So I just feel like when it reached that range of audience, that's when I feel like you have a chance. I just feel like the other shows didn't reach that range of audience.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's like the whole thing with the
Bel Air.
yeah, with everything, man. It's like they're like the thing with the Angela Bassett not winning Oscars. You know, like has she really been in anything that anybody outside of people like us have seen?
Yeah.
You know, think about it. Like I do think she should have got one for actually. I don't even know she should have got one for What's Love Got to Do with It because I think Lawrence Fishburne was way better in that movie. He should have got something for that. But in general, like she has not been in the types of movies that everybody has seen. You know,
Yeah.
she's just been in like hood classics. Let's be real, man. Like movies that we see.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can say she deserves it, but you know, there are movies that have a limited reach. You know, and that's why we should just have our own thing or whatever. I mean, we do have our own thing with the BET Awards and NAACP Awards, but nobody really cares about those. So I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It's no winning, man. There's no winning because she's won a lot of those awards. Nobody cares. It's all about the Oscar. So
it's funny too because people do that with Beyonce when it comes to the Grammys.
Yep.
They do it with like Beyonce won I think she won a lot or a few this past Grammys, and nobody really said anything. I think she actually broke the record for most Grammys. Nobody really said anything about that, but you heard more of why people was mad that she didn't win Album of the Year. I'm just like, she broke the record this year. She broke the record for most Grammys by artists. Like nobody have more Grammys than her, but yet we mad because she didn't get Album of the Year. Like, you think that's gonna make or break her career at this point?
It's
Like,
and the theories that they were saying, like the people are trying to take her down a peg. So they gave her all these Grammys because they're trying to take her down. Like the heads of the Grammys or whatever, the music industry is trying to take her down a peg by giving her more every year, every time she drops. Like what? Just because you don't win one award.
Yeah, man, look, she can go without winning anything else. She's still gonna be Beyonce.
Yep.
She can win the next 2 Album of the Years. She's still gonna be Beyonce, man. I don't think it's gonna take her up another level. I don't think she's gonna unlock another level if she win Album of the Year. I think she's solidified already. So I don't understand why that was such a big fuss.
People just want, like, I don't want to go down that road, man, but I feel like people always want to feel like we're being oppressed in a way, man. Like, and we are being oppressed in certain ways in society.
Yeah,
but you can't tell me a fucking billionaire like Beyonce is being oppressed, man. I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it. Okay, this woman has everything she could ask for, and you're not gonna sell me on the oppression narrative when it comes to somebody like Beyonce, man. It's just not working for me, dog. Like the celebrity worship culture has just gotten ridiculous at this point, where we think it's a win for the culture if Beyonce wins Album of the Year. You know, nothing's gonna change for Black people if Beyonce wins Album of the Year. Let me tell y'all right now, Beehive, you will wake up Black in the same fucked up position you will be the next day. Like LeBron said when he lost the finals, you gotta wake up and be yourself. I gotta wake up and be LeBron James. You know, you're gonna wake up and be whoever the fuck you are in a racist country, and she gonna wake up and be Beyonce with the Album of the Year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think they would have more of a I think it'd be more of a thing if somebody who is not nowhere near Beyonce level that had a really good album, if they won album of the year, something like that, then I could be like, okay, somebody, somebody that's unsigned or something like that. I think that would be a big deal. Like, okay, this person might be breaking barriers now. You don't have to be this big superstar to win album of the year. You could be a normal person like Dende or something like that can
yeah.
win the album of the year. I think that would be more for the culture than Beyonce, who is already the biggest artist in the world. And she got so many plaques. She probably got a plaque room. I just I don't know. I don't think that would change anything. I don't think the culture would be better if she won album of the year. I think we still gonna be everything's still gonna be the same.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Speaking of LeBron, though, I just remembered the ESPYs happened this week, which will mark the how many years have the ESPYs been going? Because I have not watched a single one.
really,
So I'm on a streak of like 17, however long it's been going on. I'm on a streak of not watching it. But did you see anything about it? I know LeBron won an award. He brought his whole family up. He officially said he wasn't retiring for anybody who fucking believed it for a second. But
did you
yeah,
believe it for a second?
hell no, man. Like, no, come on, dog. Like LeBron's just funny, man. LeBron's just a funny, like LeBron might be the most unintentionally hilarious athlete of all time, honestly.
You know what it is? Like people always say, "Oh, he just I forgot the word people be using, but he's really like a a a funny corny dude. Somebody who think somebody that's not trying to be corny, because
Yes.
you got some corny people that's leaning into the corniness, the Russell Wilsons and all that stuff. But LeBron he's a unintentional corny dude in real life. Like, I love LeBron, but LeBron is the guy that thinks he's cool. Like, this is the cool thing to do, but he's corny with it. Like, listening to the music and doing all this, he thinks that's cool, but that looks corny as hell. He do a lot of stuff where he think it's cool, but we look at it like, man, this dude is corny as hell, or some type of joke on Twitter or something like that. It's just like, dog, this dude is so corny, but he think he's all that. He thinks that's in right now. He's one of those dudes.
Yes. And like I can't blame him because he's in his own world. And look, you got everybody kissing your ass, telling you like you the greatest ever. It's hard to be grounded. And he's been like this since he's been like what, 16, 17. So, but yeah, he's just funny, man. And the retirement thing was funny. It was just funny how it happened. And yeah, I don't know. He's just kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
For no reason a lot of times. But nah, his ass ain't retiring, man. Yeah, so I saw the moment with the DeMar Hamlin, HRW. He says DeMar Hamlin had the group hug with his medical team. Yeah, I saw that, man.
Yeah.
That was a nice moment.
Did you see the comments? People saying that wasn't him?
Of course. That's never going to stop.
What happened to all his tattoos?
Man. I didn't see that part. But yeah, part of me wonders, like, because the first interview I saw, he didn't want to talk about it at all. Because he said it was still too soon. He hadn't processed it yet. So I kind of feel like, and I didn't see the whole thing, but I'm like, was it right to have him go up there and like face that moment? Because I know he broke down and it was emotional, but sometimes I feel like we just do shit to have the moment. And we don't care about how it affects people. Like maybe he wasn't ready for that shit, man. It still hadn't been a long time. I mean, it's only been a few months since that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And having him go up there and kind of face the world about it and have that moment, I think that might have been too soon, man. Maybe he didn't want to do it and was pressured to do it. But I don't know. I feel like we're too thirsty for the moment.
We wait for people to speak. we want to put him out there to speak. And I don't think he wasn't like a superstar type of player that was always
Yeah.
in front. He was kind of low key anyway. So now he's, becoming this superstar player without the superstar in him, I guess.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I feel it's funny because, I don't follow the Bills like that, but now I feel like it's gonna be all this pressure on them to see how good he is.
No, because what's even worse, like dog, they're gonna treat him like. I mean, I don't mean like the team. Like, look, you can't be on an NFL team if you ain't good.
Yeah.
Okay. But as far as like the media, as far as the fans go, they're gonna treat him like he's like a special ed kid or something, man. Like, and that's what really kind of sucks. Like, he's gonna be treated like he's a fucking baby or something, man. It's like, can you just treat me normal again? I'm sure he's been thinking that for a while, man. Like, can you just treat me normal again? You can't every time he steps on the field. Oh, so good to see Damar Hamlin walking on the field again. It's so good to see him having fun, laughing with his friends. It's so good. Like, they're gonna do this for a while, man. And if it were me, I don't know how he feels about it, but if it were me, I'd be like, please stop. Just treat me like normal. Talk shit about me if you want, but don't treat me like I'm a fucking child, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he doesn't want this to define him, but it's going to, at least for the next few years.
Yeah, it is. And people are always gonna ask the question, oh, how did it feel to be back out? All this other stuff. I just want to get past this stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be rough, man. But hopefully, hopefully things go well with him. And if he's not able to play like he used to, at least he can. I don't think he's gonna be one for anything, from the organization. So see how that goes. But yeah, I didn't see anything else from the ESPYs. I saw some corny ass jokes. I saw Pat McAfee was up there doing a little stand up routine.
There was no host this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was one with no host, which is always interesting to me because it's like, damn, you can find no host at all. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Did it feel like the writer's strike was going on with the monologues, man?
Honestly, I didn't really watch it, man.
Oh.
I think I might have been watching John Wick at the time, John Wick or Succession or something like. I've been watching Succession and that Sex in the City spinoff.
Okay.
And there it was, I think. So I'm a big Sex in the City fan.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was just into that, but I had no desire to watch the ESPYs.
Yeah, me neither, man. I got some shit I got to catch up on. I got to watch that American Gladiators documentary on Netflix. I got to watch that and some other shit, man. I got to catch up on some TV.
You gonna watch the football quarterback one?
Which one?
It's a quarterbacks. It's like a quarterbacks docu-series that just dropped. I want to say,
like on all quarterbacks or one in particular?
On Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota.
It's not a very exciting lineup of people, man. Yeah. I'll probably watch the Patrick Mahomes one. Why does Marcus Mariota get his own?
So I guess what they doing, so they bouncing from all three of them. So they got the elite quarterback, obviously, and Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, and the guy who's struggling to
the
team.
Yeah, they got the average one. They got the average one, Kirk Cousins, and then I guess they showing all walks of life.
Oh, okay. I might check that out. It might seem interesting.
Yeah, I don't really be interested in the sports docu-series like that though, especially like the current ones.
Yeah,
because it's going on now. It's like it was like from last season or whatever. So I don't really be interested in that type of stuff.
I think it depends. I think shows like Hard Knocks have gotten kind of old. I haven't watched Hard Knocks in a long time, man. I know the Jets are going to be on this season.
Yeah, I never cared for it. I never cared for Hard Knocks.
The best season was the Rex Ryan Jets. That was the best one, and the Cowboys one before that.
Mm.
And the Texans one was pretty good too because Bill O'Brien was very animated. Yeah. But outside of those, I have not watched it really, man. And sometimes I've watched it. It's been a boring team, and they try to create drama, but it's nothing there, and it's like, eh.
Yeah, this person is a walk-on.
Yeah, they always focus on the one guy who is not going to make it.
Yeah,
But yeah, the Jets one I think was hands down the best one, man. Rex Ryan was a fucking fool, dog. He was crazy, man. He was hilarious though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of the writer's strike, I believe the actors have now joined the writer's strike.
Mm.
So now production on a bunch of stuff is shut down. I know they shut down production on Deadpool 3 and a
Damn.
bunch of TV shows that are being made and movies because the actors have now joined the writers. And I did hear from some kind of source that apparently, like, the Hollywood corporations are just waiting for the writers to get desperate and broke. You
Damn.
know, like they're waiting for the eviction notices to go out. They're waiting for them to not be able to pay their bills. Like they're trying to wait this shit out, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
So
So
I
they
think
playing
that,
hardball too.
yeah.
Damn.
But I don't know how long they can go with the actors striking too, man. That's the thing. I don't know how long they can last with everybody in Hollywood
Everybody
striking
not
at the
there.
same time.
Yeah, because I mean, you could use the AI to replace the writers all you want, but
Somebody got to act, man.
Yeah,
CGI ain't that good yet.
yeah, you can't get the AI to act. Not yet.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. We'll see how long it lasts, but it seems like it's intensifying lately, and they're playing hardball, man. I don't know if they're gonna cave this time, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Might be in for a long one. So I don't know. Anything else going on this week, man? Anything else that caught your eye? And I really can't think of much else, man. I think that might have covered it. Yeah, I think that about does it, man. I'm tapped out now. Yeah. We at that point in the drive where you said, fuck it, we got to go back home, man, on our destination to nowhere. It might be time to turn the whip around and go back home, man. I think it's about I think we're about tap for topics this week. I can't think of nothing else that happened. Oh yeah, I've seen a rumor that Richard Sherman's might be the new host of Undisputed. He's apparently in talks.
I seen that.
You think that could work?
Man, I don't think so, man. I don't think I feel like that don't really intrigue me as much because I felt like people like Shannon Sharp a lot before Undisputed.
Yeah.
Like, do we really like Richard Sherman that much?
No.
We'll watch a show. Like we will watch a Shannon Sharp show if he had his own. I think he did have his own show at one point, or a podcast or something like that, where he had guests and all that stuff. But do we feel like that with Richard Sherman? I don't. Like I'm not going out the way to listen to Richard Sherman. So I don't know. I think to me it seemed like Fox or Skip is kind of struggling finding somebody, man. I just don't think he could get anybody better than Shannon at this point. Anybody else gonna be a downgrade unless it's like Stephen A. But I don't know if he could get anybody to replace Shannon that would be better than Shannon, where people would be glued to watch.
Yeah, and part of me kind of feels like Skip. I think Skip might have been a little bit jealous of how big Shannon had gotten. So I think the next host is going to be somebody several layers below Shannon Sharp intentionally.
So he can kind of shine more.
Yeah. Because I feel like even though Undisputed was Skip's show, Shannon was the one who went viral all the time, man.
Yeah,
like it was really Shannon. Shannon was the one getting the memes. Shannon was the one going viral with his takes. The only time Skip went viral was when he said something over the line to Shannon.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was kind of Shannon's show where he was getting the most attention.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think my original thought was Skip was probably going to do what First Take is doing, have like rotating guests.
Yeah.
It'd just be the Skip Bayless show, and whoever he want to debate, he can just, they can just walk up to the chair, and they do a couple segments with them, and then they bring somebody. I thought they was gonna do something like that. I feel like that makes more sense instead of just being committed to one person like that, because you ain't gonna find nobody better. And I think honestly, I think ESPN realized that too. Stephen A. realized that too. He ain't gonna find. I mean, after Skip left ESPN, I feel like Max Kellerman wasn't better than Skip, but at least that was kind of doable. But once that didn't work out, I don't think you're gonna find anybody up to that par. Now Shannon Sharp could be something, but I don't even see that pairing working out okay, because I feel like they kind of the same person. But yeah, I think ESPN and Stephen A. doing it right by just having rotating guests. Monday, so and so come in. Tuesday, was Mad Dog Russo come in, and I think that's probably the best way to do it instead of being committed to one person and Stephen A. getting tired of them and all that shit.
Yeah, I don't really get when people say like I haven't watched First Take since Max Kellerman left, or the show was way better when Max was on. Man, no, it wasn't, dog.
Nah, it
Like
was not.
you can be upset by how Max left the show. Basically, Stephen A. fired him from the show.
Yeah,
But the show is way better with the way they're doing it now, man. It
yeah,
is with the rotating guests, with Michael Irvin coming in, with everybody else coming in, Kendrick Perkins saying what the fuck ever, JJ Redick coming in. Like, it was way better the way they have it now than it was with Max Kellerman.
yeah.
And
And
those were
it's taking a little off of Stephen A. a little bit too, because before it was just one-on-one type thing. And they'll bring guests in and all that stuff, but when you got to do a show like that every single day with somebody, man, it might get a little tiring. I don't know. You might get sick of somebody. But to me, that's better, man. I think you could try people out. You could still stay fresh instead of just keeping that same person on for years. Because honestly, I think there's only a few shows that can do that now. Like, a lot of people just can't do shows like that for years, man. I think what is it, PTI is the only show that's left where it still got the same niggas on there. Been on there for what, 25 plus years, 30 plus years or some shit. So that's probably the only show where they probably don't hate each other. They still cool. But outside of that, man, I think it's better just to have a rotating guest.
I think so too, man. I think it mixes up the show as well. Like, it keeps it from getting stale. You know, I think after a while, you knew what Max was going to say. You knew what Stephen A. was going to say. So it got very predictable. But bringing in different people to talk different sports works way better. And I just think it's a better show now, man. I'm not saying I'm watching every single episode. I'm actually not watching the show at all. I just watch clips like everybody does, I think. Sidebar, that's another. People don't even watch TV shows no more like that, man. I think we just watch clips on YouTube.
Yes, because I don't even got cable, man. I ain't even got cable. I just canceled my Sling subscription, so I don't be watching none of that now, man.
I'm not trying to watch fucking 4-minute long commercial breaks, man. Like, I wait till First Take ends and I look up the clips, or I'll see a clip on YouTube. I'm like, okay, let me see what he's talking about. But I'm not gonna fucking watch First Take like we passed that era, man. I'm not watching no fucking live sports shows where fucking people just talk about shit. I'm like, okay, I want to hear this topic debated, and that's all I care about.
I want to hear this argument.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to get straight to it.
That's all I care about, man.
Yeah.
Look, let's wrap this up. We're almost at 2 hours exactly. So let's take this to exactly 2 hours long. We got about 30 seconds almost. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who came in through the podcast, man. Brown Chubby Bear, HRW, Bilal I'm sure I'm messing your name up, on YouTube, Miguel, Jasmine, our girl, Ernesto, everybody who came through, Tab. We love y'all. And Figgy, any last words?
Nah, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all brung it today. It was a cool little podcast, man. I know I'm looking like Pat McAfee right now, but it's hot over here. But salute to y'all. We appreciate y'all as always. Peace.